Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany Rosenbaum and I am a work-at-home mommy, wife, reseller, and part-time YouTuber. And in today's video, I'm going to talk with you about how I balance all of that. But before we go ahead and get started, I want to introduce you guys to the newest member of our family. Everybody meet Max. Max joined our family 2 weeks ago. He is a full-blooded AKC registered Labrador Retriever. He is 8 weeks old as of Saturday. Again, we've had him for 2 weeks. You see he's a big chewer. And we are just really glad to have him. We lost our dog Moses in early June, and the kids just really wanted a new puppy, so this is Max. I'm sure you'll be seeing him around in the videos. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. And I do want to point out, yes, I am wearing a hoodie. Yes, it's the middle of summer and really hot out, but I'm always cold. And the air conditioning, my husband likes it cold, and I'm just cold, so ignore the hoodie. So let me preface this by saying that there is no real balance to anything. You just kind of make it work in harmony. So I kind of like the word harmony better. The number one thing that is a priority for me is always being a mom first. My kids, they are everything, and everything revolves around them, especially when they're at the young age. Now, if you don't know my kids' ages, my son is 7. He just turned 7 last month. My daughter is 15 months. She was born in May. And so during the day, my son is at school. He's in 2nd grade, so I have a little bit of leeway and help with that. My daughter, on the other hand, obviously, she's 1. She has not quite learned to walk yet, but she's crawling everywhere, getting into everything, so she keeps me on my toes a lot of the time. And she does need my attention a lot of the time. So I don't have as much time as some people might to dedicate to the YouTube and the reselling aspect of things. And so to make it all work, I really have to kind of plan my day. And so being a mom and a wife comes first before the other things. And so what I really do is just plan my day. Like I said, I do most of my work when the baby is napping, and I know that will change with time. Right now she naps about twice a day, and so she is in her bed right now. She is not sleeping yet because I can still hear her jibber jabbering in her crib, but so I'm filming right now while she sleeps. I will edit while she sleeps. Some days I will take photographs to list while she sleeps. Those are the kinds of things that I cannot do while she's awake. I can film, but it's a lot more editing when she's awake because she's in and out. I'm having to stop and start and all of that. So it's just more efficient to do things while she naps. In the evenings and all the weekends, my husband, he works full-time, and he is also a volunteer firefighter. So his schedule is wonky all of the time. Many times it's the kids and I, and so I just really kind of have to figure things out in that regard. As far as also cleaning the house, obviously, again, like I said, my husband's gone a lot. My kids don't really help clean much. Stella, definitely not. Jacob, he's learning. But they do make messes very quickly. So I also kind of try and balance when I clean. So I try and tidy more than I have time to deep clean. But when I do that, it's always when the kids are either at school or sleeping, so that it gets more done easily, and I'm not interrupted, or they're not following me making messes of the things that I just cleaned. Stella just learned how to dump everything from her dresser drawers, so it's fun cleaning her room for sure. Another thing that I do a lot is I have to make to-do lists. I've got mommy brain, and it's just hard for me to remember a lot of things. So I like to make to-do lists for everything. I mean, this isn't a to-do list, but these are my note pages. I'll make to-do lists in the notes app of my phone, and I will just check them off. It just helps me remember, and then I'm not wasting time trying to think, what do I need to do? What was that thing that I needed to remember to do? Where do I need to go? Also, something that kind of helps our family be more efficient and joined together, since our schedules don't line up a lot, is we do have an app. It is called, hold on, let me double check. I don't want to tell you the wrong name. Is Family Wall. It is a free app, but you can do a paid extension. We use the free app. Both Tyler and I have the app, and mostly what we do is there's a calendar in the app. So when he has work-related things or other events or anything that he needs to do, he puts in the app. I can see his activities, so I know not to double schedule something on that day. Or if there's something that I need to schedule, I just pull up the calendar app and make sure that he doesn't have something that's conflicting on that day. I know you can do similar things on like the Google apps and the Google Calendar, but this is what we use. Also in this app though, you can make lists that you can share with each other. So if we have, a shopping list, if he thinks of something on the shopping list, he can add it when he's not at home, or I can, and so we just check mark it off when we're in the grocery store, so we know, hey, if he needs something, he doesn't forget to tell me, hey, put this on the list, since I do most of the grocery shopping. So that app does help us as a family be a little bit more efficient, and it helps me with the shopping. And we also have where we track our bills in there. We have a list of all the bills as they pull each month, and once they've pulled from the account, we check them off so that we know that they have been paid for the month, and that does help us run our family a little bit more efficiently as well. There are some things that I will do when the kids are awake, as far as work stuff, and that is mostly just like listing. Sometimes I can do a little bit of computer work in the evenings when Tyler is home, so he can kind of help keep an eye on the kids. And then I'll do some editing on my computer if I have some videos to edit. A lot of times what I'll do when I'm doing my when I'm doing my listing is, if we're watching TV, or the kids are playing, I'll be sitting there watching them, but I can also list on my phone because I have the images already there. So that's kind of how I integrate everything that I do with being a mom first. I make lots of lists. I plan what I'm going to do while she naps. So I usually know, okay, when Stella's napping, this is what I'm going to get done. I'm either going to do housework, I'm either going to film a video, I'm either going to edit a video, I'm either going to take photos. I use the app with my husband to help us with our communication and planning, since he's gone a lot, and I just kind of plan everything around nap time. Right now, her first nap is anywhere from 1 to 2 hours, sometimes a little bit longer, and that's when I get the big chunk of what I have to do done, because her second nap usually falls around the time where Jacob's getting home from school or Tyler's getting home from work, so my time is a little interrupted. So if there's something that's not as urgent that needs to be done, I will save that for nap number 2. So if it does get interrupted, it's not a big deal. So most of the stuff that is pertinent has to get done, work related, goes in nap number 1 for the day. So my second priority is going to be my reselling, because that is what brings my personal income right now, as my channel is not monetized yet. And so I already kind of hit on that a little while ago, what I really do with my reselling. So I batch my work with my reselling. I do not do a lot of sourcing outside of the home. So with my schedule, it's really hard to do sourcing outside of the home. It's very rare that I get to leave the house by myself. I almost always have to have 1 or 2 kids with me, most of the time 2, and sourcing in thrift stores or liquidation stores or anything like that, or even yard sales is just really difficult to do with kids, especially one who is not walking, just because they're asking for everything. I'm not able to really check comps or anything like that. So I do a lot of liquidation right now. It's not that I don't like going out and finding the thrill of the hunt and that type of stuff. It's just hard for me to do time-wise, and it's just really difficult with children. But I do liquidation because I can still make profitable items I do consumables, they ship right to my house, and I don't have to spend a lot of time sourcing. Also, I don't have to spend a lot of time when I sell my consumables and my HBA. They're easy to take pictures of, and they are easy to ship. Most of the stuff fits in small bulk mailers or small boxes, so I don't have to worry about, you know, weighing them beforehand or measuring them beforehand to get the accurate shipping prices, just because a lot of them, you know, will fit in a small bubble envelope and ship first class. So that is a way that I streamline my reselling for my current family situation. And so like I said, I do batch it. So typically what I do is when I get a box in, when Stella goes down for her nap, I will take all of the pictures of everything in the lot at once while she's napping. And then I just kind of leave it at that for a while. Then I have all of the images on my phone. And sometimes if I still have a little bit of extra time before the baby wakes up, I'll pull out my laptop and I will start creating drafts on my laptop, because then if the drafts are created for my laptop, all I have to do is go into the drafts, add the photos, and hit send live on my phone, and then those items are listed. Sometimes though, if I don't have time to start the drafts on my laptop, I will, like I said, from time to time when we're, you know, whenever I have a couple quick minutes at doctor's appointments, or when we're at a Cub Scouts or anything like that, or I'm sitting down watching TV, I'll list a couple things here and there until the whole batch is listed. So I can do listing while the kids are awake, but I do the photographing of it while Stella is sleeping, because if I didn't, she would crawl and get into everything. I don't really have like a photo box. I take the pictures on my kitchen floor because I use my laminate flooring as my background. Sometimes something I find that really, really helps, and not just with my reselling, but just in general, is waking up early before the kids do, before my husband does. I love it when I get to wake up early. I try to get up at 5. It doesn't always work. I have found that if Stella wakes up in the middle of the night and I have to get up with her and I don't get like a full straight night's sleep, my body just will not get up early. It just straight up won't. I will set alarms and my body just says no, we're not doing it. But when I am able to wake up early, I do find that my day goes smoother. I am much, much more productive. Even if I'm not necessarily doing anything for reselling or anything like that, I can clean a little bit. I can, you know, work in my office. A lot of times I go down to my office because it's quiet down there. I mean, it's quiet up here too, but it's just a little bit different. I don't get a lot of office work during the day because then the kids come in and they trash my office, and it's just a nightmare. But I do like waking up early when I can. It does not always work. I do try my best. I am finding that I am much more productive when I am able to wake up early, but Stella just started sleeping through the night probably about a month ago, and some nights she doesn't quite sleep through the night yet. If she goes to the bathroom or something and gets her diaper changed, or she's teething, which she's still got 4 teeth coming in right now, 2 of which are molars, so say a prayer for us. Anything I told you before that I make lists, to-do lists, I find that it is helpful to make the list the night before of what I need to do the next day. So I wake up and I know exactly what needs to be done, and I can be laser focused. I don't have to sit there and going, what needs done? Oh, the dog needs something. Oh, the kid needs something, and then I lost my train of thought. So making the to-do list the night before, when I'm sitting in bed, getting ready to go to bed and watching a little bit of TV, then I find that that is very helpful too. And the very last thing on my priority list right now, and balancing everything as a work from home mom, is YouTube. I started this in January, and I know I don't have many subscribers yet, and I know that it is proven that when I consistently upload, I do get more subscribers. However, this again is the last thing on my priority list. I do enjoy doing it. However, with the children and everything, it is very hard to find motivation. There's a lot to do while Stella naps and a little bit of time, so I have to kind of allocate my time where I can. And so YouTube is the very last thing that I focus on when I do have a little bit of extra time. So sometimes what I'll try and do is film 2 videos back to back, if I have the content prepared, and then finding time to edit it. I don't spend a huge lot of time of editing. I don't do any special effects or anything. Part of it is just because I don't really want to yet, and I haven't learned to yet. So when I just get the feeling that I want to start doing that, I'll look up how to do it, and then I'll start doing it. But it's a little hard for me to get motivated to do YouTube, to film, because a lot of times my days are hot messes. I look like a hot mess. I don't want to film myself looking like a hot mess. But then I just gotta kind of tell myself, get over it. I'm not a fashion YouTuber. I am a reselling YouTuber. So I guess it really doesn't matter that I look like a hot mess. Again, like I said, it's just harder to film with the kids around as well because they're in the video and getting into things, and I'm having to tell them to stop, or they're being loud, or it's just crazy. But that is kind of part of the madness, I guess. And so I really want to try to be a little bit more lenient on that, because then you guys get a more realistic view of what it really is like in being a reselling mom. Like right now, the puppy is pulling my husband's sweater off the chair. I see it just moving. I don't see the dog, so I mean, it's just kind of chaos, but it is what it is, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So my next video coming up after this, I'm going to do a video about wholesale ninjas and catch-in deals, and why I like both of them, but why I use one versus the other. So if you're kind of interested in where you might want to purchase some HBA lots, stay tuned to the next video. If you like this video, go ahead and like it on the channel, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Alright, bye guys. See you next time.